Bitcoin has been flirting with that critical 50K level. This is what they're not telling you about that level. It's time for you to buckle up. If you're new here, my name is Steve. I'm gonna help you get one step closer to financial freedom. Our indicator bundles have been on fire. Feedback is just extraordinary, but there's one problem. The seats are almost gone and you're about to miss out. Don't miss out on this opportunity. You've been looking for a help with when to buy and help for when to sell. This is exactly what you've been looking for. Put your foot down, go to cryptocrewuniversity.com, lock in your seat before it's too late. You don't want to miss out. You know you'll regret it. The link is in the description, top link. The link is also on your screen, cryptocrewuniversity.com. And we also are doing some pretty cool stuff for single moms, single dads, veterans, people that are just affected by coronavirus. They're looking for that way out. They're in some financial struggles. Send me an email if that sounds like you, because we're doing some cool stuff for folks like that. You know, we want to help change lives, so we're standing up for what we believe in, as we've done over the years. Our email is info@cryptocrewuniversity.com. Go lock in your seats, write me that email, and we'll get you set up on the right path for your future. Now we're jumping straight into some very important charts. You're buckled up already. We're going full steam. Take a look at this, and we're going to talk to you about what Bitcoin is doing right now and what you should be watching for. But take a look. Back here, this is the log growth curves. All these levels are Fibonacci levels, but we've been comparing this chart for like 1 year. This is one of the charts, one of the many that we're looking at, and we're just talking about the facts inside of this chart, right? And the facts are clear. Back here in April, we topped out at that point, at that 76.39 fib level, right? Not at the top bar like we have in previous market cycle tops. We topped out at that red line, the 7639, right in April. By the way, in April of this year, we topped out right at that red line, 7639. What did we do next? We dropped all the way down to the 26.31 fib in the month of July. So top in April, bottom in July. What did we do? Top in April, and by the way, bottom in July. Where did we bottom? Right at that 26.31 level. What did we do the next 2 months? Well, the next 2 months, we went on a large rally all the way up to that median line, which was this green line right here. So we spent the month of August and September as resistance at this median line. What did we do? August and September at the median line as resistance. So we've been comparing this, and next, what happened in October was we finally broke through that median line. That's what we're looking for here. And again, there's no guarantees. This is just a fascinating pattern that we need to pay attention to. So the most critical level you need to watch right now is not 50K. It's actually this 54 level. 54,000 is the most critical level to watch today, tomorrow, the next day, the next weeks. That's the level to watch. So we talked about this chart as well. October is going to be telling. Right now, October month is green, but we can't get too excited. We're just a few days in. Keep a level head. But if it's green, it tells us that more than likely a green month will mean a new all-time high. A red month will mean that we'll continue into a bear market. So we'll pay close attention to that. Now we're going to look at the daily chart and see what's happening. There's 3 key things on this chart. Number one, we're above this red line. That means we're officially in a bull market. When you're above the 200-day and you have a golden cross at the same time, that means you're in a bull market. We're officially in a bull market, but we're at this yellow line. The yellow line is our resistance. What we did on our line chart is we just took our high back here in April and we connected it to our previous high back in September 6th. And that tells us that we're at our critical resistance point right now. What you want to see is price break above that. And what you want to see even more important than that is for price to get above this 53, 54K and make a new high. What we want to see is another new high. We do not want to see this downtrend continue and to get rejected from this level. So that's the critical what we have right now. Obviously, we saw some beautiful support at the 40K. We saw a nice bounce off of that, but we can't get too excited. We need confirmation in the charts with facts for us to be a little bit more excited, but we're getting close, right? Now, next up, we've got the Gaussian channel, the legendary Gaussian channel, and you can see we're breaching our head. We're in that quicksand, but we've got our head and neck out of that quicksand. We're trying to take our breath. We're trying to pull ourselves out of that quicksand, and it's a battle. And if you're new to the channel, quicksand is just the Gaussian channel on the 5-day chart. Anytime we were in an uptrend, we entered the Gaussian channel. It was an average of 1 year inside of the Gaussian channel, and we've been following this chart for quite a while, and we are 140 days in. We're 140 days inside of the Gaussian channel. What we want to see, the Gaussian channel is right at about that 50K level, but we can't just get our head and neck above, because that's what we did back here on August 29th. What we need to see is a full body, no wicks inside of the Gaussian channel, no body inside of the Gaussian channel. We need an actual candle to close above for us to be relatively excited. So we're not quite there, but we're getting close. This candle closes in 2 days from now. What we want to see is our head and neck to be out of the Gaussian channel in 2 days from now, and we want the next 5 days after that to close above here, and that will be pretty special. We'll keep you up to date on that as well. But this is where the magic starts to happen. We're starting to see some action take place, and we'll start down here in the stochastic RSI. On the weekly chart, you know that we had that cross down. We had the cross down, and we covered it on this channel back here when Bitcoin was at that local top of that 54K. That's when our momentum started shifting down. And we just told everybody, hey, be level-headed. This is not very good in the short term, but we're losing our momentum. So we went from 54K and we topped down at about 40K. Now we're starting to see some action where we just had a cross up, and we can thank 2018 for that. You can see that these resistance points back here in May 2018 and July 2018, that support zone that was resistance, that support zone now helped us have that recent cross. So our momentum is heading back to the upside, and at the same time the RSI peaked its head above that bullish territory that we always talk about, the 56 level, right? If you look at the 10-year history of Bitcoin, if you're above 56 on the RSI on the weekly, it's bullish. If you're below, it's bearish. It's very simple. And what we want to see with the RSI is we need to get above this high in May of 65. And we want to continue our larger trend here in the RSI that's been playing out since 2018. We had a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, and we want to see this be our higher low, our official higher low back in July 12th. We want that to hold, and we want to see this make a new higher high on the weekly, higher than this 94, which may seem impossible, but this is Bitcoin. Let's be honest. This is definitely doable. So that will not happen tomorrow or the next day. This is something quite a ways out, but we'll keep our eye peeled. NVT-HV, the legendary, still red, still hasn't been below the 40. And by the way, when you sign up to that indicator bundle, if you get one of the few remaining seats, you're going to get this NVT-HV for free. So you can have it right at your disposal whenever you need it. Still red, still bullish, still hasn't been below here. That means the largest move of the year still hasn't happened. Take a deep breath, remain level-headed. We still haven't been below here, so we still have yet to see the largest move of the year. Okay, we're seeing some nice action off of the 21 weekly EMA. We held our bodies here. We're up here, but again, we need to get out this recent high from about 1 month ago. So that's what's happening with that chart. And again, we're reaching some critical territory. Peel your eyes to the bottom of this chart. This is where things are starting to pick up in the level of seriousness, okay? On the monthly RSI, the monthly RSI is just at that danger zone, okay? This danger zone, which starts at about 67 and goes to about 71. Okay, if you look at the historical levels, this is the most historical resistance zone that we have in the history of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets above this level, 71.66, as we mentioned, if we get above this, we can't say with certainty, but we can say it's highly probable that we'll reach a new all-time high relatively quickly. We can say, not with certainty, but with high probability, if we get rejected from this danger zone, then we're going to be in some short-term turmoil. We don't want to see that. We're right there as we speak, as we're making this video. We're pretty much at that resistance that we saw on August first. Remember when we got rejected? We're right there again. We're battling this level. We want to see Bitcoin above the 71.66. Still intact with the 3-box theory, but again, the RSI is the critical point. That's what we're looking at in a nutshell. So you want to watch essentially that $54,000 level for multiple reasons. On this chart and the daily chart, that 54K is the level to watch. And again, we need to break this trend line. We need to get above that 54, and then we can, celebrate mildly, maybe some light golf claps, nothing major. We still need to remain level-headed and look at the facts in the charts. You should not use these videos or any videos to make trading decisions. It's very, very silly. Sometimes I see that in the comments where people use videos like this to trade. That's horrific. You're gonna need to follow somebody for the rest of your life and then be like your mom and dad telling you when to tie your shoes. You don't want to do that. You shouldn't listen to me or anybody for trading. What my videos, the purpose of them, are to teach you the skills so you can do it yourself. I teach you the skills to look at the facts, how to look for confluence, what to look for in the charts, trend lines, all these things. These are skills you can use for the rest of your life, okay? Don't use it for trading advice. You'll get into some serious trouble because you're basically just trying to interpret what I'm saying and trying to flip a coin and hope you're lucky. This is a game. You need to know the rules of the game and how to play the game. The indicator bundle will help you tremendously. If you're a single mom, single dad, veteran, somebody that's struggling with money, send me an email. We're helping a bunch of people out. But again, there's only a few seats left. You got to act now. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Link is in the description. I'll see you right back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.